scratch it. Shoot. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Whip it, shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Able to slither by. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about... ...7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Newton on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Newton on third down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett able to drop it for a loss of 12. And it'll be fourth down. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And take it right on the 30. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Gun. Ready! 21!
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And that is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
Ryan. And he's got it. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And he'll bang that one through. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Grady Jarrett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Gun!
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Panthers coming out now.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's rock now. Right to the 3. Right to the 3.
Now it's Newton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now Ryan on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Off play action, Newton. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Now Ryan. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This is taken at about the 14. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Rolling to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey,
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the... 47-yard line. An update now from Oakland. The Raiders are out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to air one out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
There we go.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
21. Got it. Right.
On 1st down, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket and throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ryan now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Will tie as the first half is winding down, and the Falcons will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right, and he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the return will stop right around the 25. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The first throw for the backup Lynch. Flushed out right. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Lynch. Allison over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Lynch. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6, and the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
This will be fielded at the 17. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Carolina getting set to take the field.
They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Watch it now, Barney.
They go play action now. Lynch. Eluding the pressure right. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27 from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Over! Watch it now, Barney. Over! No. Check. Patriot.
They go play action with Lynch. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Throwing again. Lynch. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Gone! Over!
On 3rd down, Lynch. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Tack McKinley in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. And Gano's kick is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 55 yards.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. K1 short. In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, a piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Lynch. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now Lynch on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Lynch. Grady Jarrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Back now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Play action. It's Lynch. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. So that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home. Now
Freeman, he's been busy today. And down to
the 36-yard line here. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd-and-1 situation. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. K1 Short in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Lynch. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Play action. Now Lynch. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. They'll throw on 1st down with Lynch. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Off the play fake. Here's Lynch. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Off play action. Lynch. A hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Desmond King picks it. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback here. Right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Lynch. He's going to fire one deep left. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Desmond Trufant. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 Short in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On second down, Ryan throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Grady Jarrett. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear that?
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, here's Lynch. Sideline throw, that's caught by Moore. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They go play action here on first down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Lynch to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long. From the gun, it's Lynch. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Robert Alford. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete, and incomplete here. So that will leave them with 16 on the clock. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Carolina getting set to take the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.